I thought that he needed a family more than I needed a trip to Disneyland.
A Kaysville girl giving up a trip to the happiest place on earth to help an orphan find a home. Brooklyn McKenzie says she became inspired after a local charity helped her new cousin find a home. She wanted to help some complete strangers adopt too. News specialist Mike Anderson has our fourth story in the top 5. We're going to end this segment on a more hopeful note, Mike. Now, this agency focuses on children with Down syndrome.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the founder's son was actually born with Down syndrome, and through that, he learned that those children in many other countries often grow up in orphanages, so he wanted to help them. He worked with many volunteers and donors over the past year and a half, but never anyone like the girl he met today.
Hi, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn McKenzie may be a bit shy.
So nice to meet you. Can I get a hug?
But when it comes to selling Mom's blackberry jam,
Let's see what you say when you go to these houses.
for a good cause,
There's a group called Rods Racing, and they help orphans with Down syndrome get adopted.
Brooklyn's cousin Gabe arrived from Russia last February. She started selling jam this summer, at first to earn money for a trip to Disneyland.
But then we got looking on the Rods Racing website and saw Vaughn and talked about him and talked about her new cousin and how he has a family.
She realized instead she could help Vaughn have a home.
I thought that he needed a family more than I needed a trip to Disneyland.
Dozens of jars later,
We were about $500 short up until this last weekend when I heard that you had been fundraising.
just enough to finish a $15,000 goal. Founder of Rods Racing, Brady Murray, says he became inspired through his son Nash. He learned that kids with Down syndrome in other countries aren't always as fortunate, and he wanted to help. Now he and more than 50 other runners dedicate their races to helping these children find loving parents.
And as I looked at all these kids on there, there were hundreds. And there was no way that I was going to be able to choose just one. I wanted to help all of them.
And with the help of people like Brooklyn, he says he's getting there.
That's when miracles take place, and that's when these families are able to be united with these children.
Brooklyn may now have a few new souvenirs to hold her over, but she says Vaughn's dream is more important, to get the financial burden out of the way so he can get matched up with a family.
And that one day he could go to Disneyland.
And Brooklyn says she's not done. She plans to spend the next summer doing the same thing. And by the way, her mom says, don't worry about Disneyland. She will make sure that she gets there. And after all, how could you not after all that?
How could you not? You want to reinforce that kind of behavior, but what an impressive 7-year-old. My goodness.
Yeah, really impressive. That's